Moving on to Jonas. Speaking of dads and dad jokes, got a question for you from Carmen. Jonas, 56 years old. She's got about $400,000 of cash in the bank that she put into CDs while interest rates were high. Now that they're coming down, I want to invest some in other places, but how much cash do you recommend that I keep on hand? Jonas, what would you say to a conservative investor like Carmen seems to be?
Well, first off, at 56, great job, Carmen. I think that's a lot of money to have saved up. I mean, you have some options compared to somebody that has $400 saved up. I would ask, number one, what's the money for, and how does this money fit into your financial picture? So what brings to mind for me, Doug, is a professor that has a little bit of research on what he calls mental accounting and mental accounts. Mm-hmm. And if I were Carmen, I would start to ask myself a couple of different questions. What does this money mean for your financial picture? How much of this money is just for emergency funds? Mm-hmm. That would be the first bucket. And just picture some of these mental accounts. The second bucket would be maybe something as far as vacations, having a little bit of fun. And then the third bucket would be some investments. So just kind of picture yourself, Carmen, looking at this $400,000 and saying, how can I divvy this up for those three things? Do I need some emergency money, or do I already have it? Do I need some money to take a vacation? Yeah. Or do I need some investments or retirement money? And one of the things that, I would do, a couple of stories that I have with that, really good mental accounts. I had one customer that received a inheritance right around the same amount, $400,000. And she was just so overwhelmed by the dollar size of the inheritance and where it came from. There was a lot of heartstrings attached to that, where she didn't even put that into her financial picture at all. She didn't even invest it. And one of the things that she didn't do was to divvy it up into these different buckets. Right. She just put it all in CDs, which is okay. That's perfectly understandable. Carmen, I would definitely have you download. We have 10 critical steps to take before retirement. One of the things that you have to realize is $400,000 is a lot of money. You're 56 years old. The goal is to retire before somebody that's living paycheck to paycheck. Yeah. And you have a lot of money right here. You can do a lot of good with this. And so go ahead and download that guide. But to answer your question, Carmen, I would say great job. Start developing a bucket strategy with those 3 steps. Number 1, emergency fund. Number 2, are you going to take some trips and vacations? Number 3, how much are you going to put away for your retirement? Or how much are you going to invest out of that $400,000?
Makes sense. You can download the strategy guide that Jonas was talking about, 10 critical steps to take before retirement, at premieriwm.com. While you're there, check out all the downloadable things that they have online. Not just that, but many other things. They've got blogs, video blogs. As a matter of fact, Elias, I'm going to ask a question of him next. He and Roger do a regular Behind the Wealth podcast that is really, really good. And it's one of those things you may actually want to get notified for. So go to premieriwm.com. Look around. You can even take a look at the professionals that work in the office before you meet them. Schedule your appointment online, or you can call 800-383-6590. Premier Investments in Wealth Management, named a Forbes 2025 Best in Wealth Management, Best in State Wealth Management Team.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor, member FINRA SIPC. The opinions voiced in this show are for general information purposes only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. To determine which investments may be appropriate for you, consult with your attorney, accountant, and financial or tax advisor prior to investing. Premier Investments in Wealth Management and LPL Financial do not provide specific individualized tax or legal advice. We suggest that you discuss your specific situation with a qualified tax or legal advisor. Economic forecasts set forth may not develop as predicted, and there can be no no guarantee that strategies promoted will be successful. All performance referenced is historical and is not a guarantee of future results. All indices are unmanaged and cannot be invested into directly. There is no assurance that the techniques and strategies discussed are suitable for all investors or will yield positive outcomes. The purchase of certain securities may be required to affect some of the strategies. Investing involves risks, including possible loss of principal. There is no guarantee that a diversified portfolio will enhance overall returns or outperform a non-diversified portfolio. Diversification does not protect against market risk. Forbes' Best in State Wealth Management Teams ranking was developed by Shook Research and is based on in-person, virtual, and telephone due diligence meetings and a ranking algorithm that includes a measure of each team's best practices, client retention, industry experience, review of compliance records, firm nominations, and quantitative criteria, including assets under management and revenue generated for their firm. Investment performance is not a criterion because client objectives and risk tolerances vary, and advisors rarely have audited performance reports. Shook's research and rankings provide opinions intended to help investors choose the right financial advisor and team, and are not indicative of future performance or representative of any one client's experience. Past performance is not an indication of future results. Neither Forbes nor Shook Research receive compensation in exchange for placement on the ranking. For more information, please see www.shookresearch.com. Shook is a registered trademark of Shook Research, LLC.